pleasure to say hello to Tyler Shatley. He's an old Jaguar, but he's a new Jaguar. Just signed a brand new contract. Welcome to XL Primetime, Tyler. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Hey,
y'all
no
doing
doubt.
all right?
Huh?
Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We're fired up. I think more than anything else for us, we're pretty fired up about the newness of what's been going on. Look, we were all excited a year ago when Herb came, but we know what happened then. Now we're fired up about what's happening with Doug Pederson. You tell us how you feel about Doug Pederson.
Yeah, man, I'm fired up as well. I had a chance to meet him. I think it was the day he got here. We actually went up there and just said hello. A couple of guys were up there. I've heard great things. And that's just always good, especially from players. I've talked to a couple of guys. Nick Foles, when he was here, we were good buddies. And I talked to him. Just heard nothing but good things. A lot of guys are bringing in. Just heard a lot of good things. So I'm very excited about that.
Tyler's one of us in the sense that he went through Gus Bradley, and then he went through Doug Marrone, and then he went through Urban Meyer.
You got some scars,
and now
man.
he's here with Doug Pederson. I think you got to be the longest tenured Jaguar. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that's been here longer than you. Is that what you wanted to do, Tyler, when you came out of Clemson? Did you want to spend your entire career with one team, or is that just kind of the way it's worked out to this point?
Man, I just wanted to make a team. You know what I'm saying? I was, to be honest, I was coming out after OTAs, even here in Jacksonville. I was like, man, I don't know. Like these dudes it's a different level. But I've just been so blessed, man, to stay here this whole time. Obviously, we've been here for a while, and we love it here. Once we had kids, like fixing to have our third child here, so this is home now, and it's nice to be able to stay home.
Tyler, congratulations on your contract. Out of the 5 free agents, I said that Tyler Shatley is definitely one that we definitely needed to sign. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, how important is it? Now, you signed your contract. How important is it that the franchise sign Cam Robinson? What does he equate in the locker room as far as leadership and to the offensive line?
Man, Cam's a great player. Great guy in the locker room. Another one of those guys that's been here a while. I'm not even sure what this would be year 4 or 5 for him. 5?
5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5. Talk about another guy's been here a while. I think he's shown himself to be a very good player, and you guys know how it is. It's so important to have especially on the offensive line, have guys that work together, and obviously, you'll have some time to get some reps during OTAs. That's kind of, that's not, I don't want to call it not real work. It is work, but it's different. And then we'll have time in camp. But when you've had years with guys, it makes a huge difference, kind of knowing how someone plays, how someone communicates, especially with all the new, we're going to have a new O-line coach, new offensive coordinator. I think it's important to have those, just some solid relationships, and of all the things that's changing, I know how this one works. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler, you had a lot of success in college at Clemson. A lot of you guys in that team had a lot of success. How difficult is it when you get to the NFL? How difficult is the mental grind of losing, and it's just year to year to year?
It's very difficult. Like you said, we were successful in college, and a lot of guys were. It's just you gotta get out of that mindset, man. Because I know one of the things I talk about in college. That feeling when you're on the bus, you're pulling into a stadium, man. We're going to whoop these guys, and you get to the NFL, and you have some losing years. You can't let yourself slip into that. Oh gosh, here we go again, because that's where you just create that culture, and it's tough, but you gotta try to keep from slipping into that mindset, because it's so easy, and it's so easy too now that you're getting paid. That not saying any of the guys do this, but you just get into this mindset of all right, man, we've lost however many it is, and you just get to that mindset of payday's on Tuesday or payday's on Friday, whenever it is. We'll just keep on chugging along, stacking up paychecks, but you can make a living, but it ain't no fun,
Right.
No, you want to win. I think that's what Jacksonville wants. That's what Jaguar fans want. We're talking with Tyler Shatley, former Clemson Tiger. Now another Jaguar deal has been struck as he signed a 2-year deal. Now you started over the last couple of years 18 games compared to a little over a dozen in the first handful of seasons that you were here. So how much more have you learned as a starter the last 2 years?
I feel like I've learned a lot. It's also helped to, having the last 3 years, Warhawk, having the same offensive line coach. So, anything where you're trying to learn, and, football is still football at the end of the day. But when you're trying to, all right, this offensive line coach likes this, and this guy likes this, and then, you're kind of switching up how you do things. It's nice to have some consistency. And then also, for me, kind of figuring out, who I want it to be. Because it's one thing to do these things during camp and practice against guys that you've gone against, hundreds of times. But really honing in, all right, this is how I want to play ball. And you can really find that out, during a game whenever, it's live action. It's not these – obviously guys watch film, but it's not the same guy you've been going against over and over. So I think that's helped me a lot. And then also just the confidence of, getting in there, playing a lot. So much of football. I mean, everyone's strong, everyone's fast. I mean, obviously there's guys that are fast. Guys are a lot faster than me, but the confidence is the biggest thing. It's not so much physical anymore because you don't have there's not a whole lot of guys that are just out there just, bigger, so much bigger and so much stronger than guys. It's a pretty level playing field as far as that goes. So a lot of it's just confidence in the mind game.
This is by no means a shot at Linder as much as it is a compliment for you, Tyler. But when Brandon would go down in the last couple of years, we've said repeatedly on this show, well, we got Shatley. That was always good knowing you were there, and whether it's guard or center, you've proven how versatile you are, as Joe mentioned. Look, I got to be honest, man. You live in the community. You said this is your home. You know what was being said last year by the fans and quite frankly, the media about what was going on from the outside point of view. As much as you're willing to get into, how troublesome was last year at parts during the season?
Are you talking about just in general?
Just with Urban and the Ohio thing and everything that happened there?
For me, I'm trying to think how I want to say this. It didn't. I'm not saying it didn't bother me, but I feel like I've been around long enough that I understand that there's outside life and then there's football. Those things you have to separate them. Now I'm saying that, and I also understand there's a lot of young guys that, and everyone understands it, but you can't. I'm not going. You're naive to think that it doesn't spill over. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, so I do think it affects. It just kind of affects the morale of the team, and guys read that stuff as much as we try not to. And that's, like I said, that's one thing I've learned is just try to stay out of it, all of it, because no matter what you read, they could be good or bad. There's always going to be somebody that's going to have something bad to say. And then once you see it, man, it's in there. You thought it, and it's just another distraction. Yeah, it's been last year was a bit of a mess, and it just we got to be careful, especially as I feel like the Jaguar organization, we're easy to pick on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone's looking for all right, let's just pick on them because they're already down. Anything that goes wrong, we're gonna inflame it, and we're gonna just post about it everywhere. So, being here, we got to be very careful with what you do outside of football because, like I said, an easy target just given the way the last couple of years have gone, and you just can't give anyone a foothold to kind of pull the team down.
Now, Tyler, you're a wily vet. When I was in the league, I used to be in the locker room, and I used to see rookies come through, and I would say, he'll be cut. Oh, he'll be home. Or I say, oh, that kid's got the goods. Was anybody from last year's class that you've seen in the locker room on the playing field that you say this kid's going to be outstanding?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of those guys played so well. let's see who I mean, you probably know. Like, you can see it in somebody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? They just got that look. Like, man, that guy's going to be good. I think Trevor made some great steps. And just watching him, we work together a lot, doing blitz meetings and whatnot, and just seeing him pick up the game. And then also just like, man, his confidence for a young kid, that's something to see. Some of the younger guys on defense, I know Campbell was playing really well. And then I mean, like, I don't mean to pick out certain guys and not other guys. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. But yeah, I've definitely seen it. And like you said, man, like, I've seen some guys come in, and I've also seen guys come in and let it get to them. The stardom of it, and be like, man, like, I'm in the NFL. And I feel like as soon as you start thinking stuff like that, and like you start letting, like, you get those stars in your eyes, it's going to be a quick run. The guys that can come in and just kind of put their heads down, not be enamored by all the lights and the fame. Those are the guys that are going to make it.
Tyler, so Walker Little looked like he started to pick it up there near the end of the season, last couple starts. How did he progress last year from beginning all the way to the end of the season? Is he ready, you think, to move into a starting role?
Yeah, I think he progressed really well. He's another one of those guys, man. It was cool to watch him. I can't remember what game it was. Cam, I think it was his back or something, but it was like a last minute thing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he'd been playing on.
It froze up in pregame.
Yeah, he got hurt in warm-ups.
Yeah. Was that Buffalo, maybe?
That does sound right, yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's so funny, man, to see that, like, because I could just see it, like, they come in. We're coming in the locker room after warm-ups, and they're over there talking to him. And I was like, man, like, I've seen that look before in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there, like, when you're young, and golly, the way he stepped in, and I feel like after that, I could really see it just, like, catch another gear. And I thought he was playing really well at the end of the season. And he was, like, another one of those guys, like I said, like, gaining confidence. Like, once you get your feet wet, you're like, all right, no, I can do this. And that's one of the things that's, like we said, is so important, just with the offensive line in general, just having guys, and the team, just having guys that, listen, man, like, you're here for a reason, this isn't just luck, and you're a good player, so just go out there and be free. Don't be weighed down by this thought of, like, oh, this is an NFL. It's, you can do the same stuff you did in college. Just go be that dude.
All right, before we let you go, because we just got to know if you've heard this soundbite, if you've heard this, what we call it a drop on radio, and this is from Gus Bradley back in the day, and we just want your permission to make sure it's still cool to play it. Here.
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
All right, one more time.
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
Is that true, Tyler? Is your greatest strength your strength?
Yeah, I think that's still true.
You're strong as hell.
Some people, that's what some people say, depending on who you ask.
All right, last one. Fish, hunt, golf. What's your poison outside of the game?
Fish,
yeah.
Hands down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy being out in the woods, but I'm fishing. I will go to a golf course though to fish. So I don't know where that gets in there, but.
Well, listen, there are plenty of golfers. They got that little, that one that they can kind of pull out of their golf bag and screw together and drop a line in the water. Well, listen, man, we appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up in the offseason where you come in and visit with us, but we appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys.